Hey guys, it's Dan here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about my trip to Wizard World. Wizard World is like a convention, like Comic-Con, and everything that happens at Comic-Con is sort of similar in Wizard World. We have people dressing up, people having arts and all that stuff, and we go talk to people, everyone gets really good. Alright, so I was dressed as Batman, the Batman that I made, and I'm going to talk to you about all the stuff that I had trouble with, all the fun that I had, and all of the stuff in between. Let's get to it. When I was doing the actual party that I made this Batman costume for, I realized that the foam started to rip right around the zipper when I was trying to zip this gauntlet up. And that made it so it was really difficult to put it on. And to fix that, I don't know if you can tell, but I have some nylon cloth right here that I glued in with some contact cement, and I glued it along the top of the seam too, so I made it rigid, so that way when you pull on this it stays firm instead of stretching like foam does or ripping like foam would. And that was a lifesaver, honestly, because now this zips up just fine. And that's a pro tip for you guys if you're making foam props and you have a zipper on it which fits tightly around the forearm, like fits really tightly around my forearm, which is probably not the best idea. Reinforce your foam with something that doesn't stretch, like a nylon fabric. It's a really good idea. And one of the other things that was sort of hilarious, when I got to the convention, I drive all the way there, everything works fine, and when I park, open up my car door, take out my belt, and two things break immediately. One of these, easy to fix, the buckle just pops off, probably because it's cold and it's hot glue on leather, so I mean it's like not that great of a bind anyways. I'm probably gonna try to use screws in the future. I'm surprised the other one stayed on so well. And my belt buckle. Yeah. So you know these belt buckles, how I printed a green clip on the back, right? And I glued the clip on. Well, the clip snapped on both of them. I was able to super glue one of them, but when I got home the next day, I don't know if you can see this. I'll zoom in. But I got these white piece of plastic that I melted with a soldering iron onto the green plastic and made my own clip that was strong enough, because just gluing it on wasn't strong enough. The internal structure was broken so much that I had to go in and just fix it with a soldering iron, you know? It's just what you gotta do sometimes. And it clips on perfectly and works fine. So that was good. One thing that I realized before I went to the first day is that I probably need water with me. So I got this old canteen from my Boy Scout days, and it just clips into the belt, because I used to wear camouflage all the time. I didn't really drink that much water, and it was more apparent to me that I was starving that day, so the next day I put this belt pack, this clip on, which is another thing from my Boy Scout days. And I put some Pro bars in there and another energy bar. Really great idea. If you're going to be at a convention all day, make sure you bring snacks, because their food is expensive. So those they're green. They sort of go with the Batman cosplay. If they were black, it would have been perfect, but the cape sort of hid those since they're in the back. It's okay. Aside from that, my cosplay didn't have too much trouble. It was really annoying to wear for so many hours, because your neck's just like staying like this and you have to turn like this the whole time. And other than that, like, the cosplay itself was really good. A lot of people were taking photos with me. It was my first convention where I was fully dressed up as something, so I was like a new experience for me. I was getting people taking photos, saying they loved it, and it was really great, like hearing people, like if you make something and people come up to you and say, "Oh, you're the first legit Batman I've seen in a long time," or just like compliments you and what you've made. It just makes you feel good. Even though I'm an introvert, it was fine, because I still have a mask on. One thing to note if you have pants and you have business cards and you keep them in a pocket, be sure not to wash the pants until you take stuff out of your pocket. And that brings me to my next point. This convention was really fun, except for one thing. I was really sick. I had a horrible headache throughout the entire thing, and I felt like death for the last day. And that led me to having cough drops in one pocket, and I left those in the pocket when I washed them also, and now the inside of that pocket has a hard candy coating. Yeah! So if you want to coat your pockets with hard candy, by all means, wash your pants with cough drops in them, but really try not to do that. So I ruined my business cards, and my headache was so bad throughout the entire time that I almost experienced a good con. It was pretty enjoyable, but it was really just hard to concentrate on anything. So with my business cards, I only got one sent out since my headache was so bad I couldn't really concentrate on anything else. That I met with this one guy who did a really good Dr. Strange cosplay. He just started a new Instagram, and I'm going to link that here because he's brand new. So let's give him some likes, all 5 of you that watch this channel, and let's show him some love. And now I'm going to talk about some other stuff. Alright, so talking about him and some new friends. I made him as a new friend. It's pretty much the only new friend I made. From old past cons, I've met other people. So I saw them again. I saw my old friend from school all the way down from kindergarten and up. I saw her there. You can probably see some of her photos. I saw my great friends, the Jamesons, Josh and Caleb. They did several cosplays. Josh actually works with one of the companies that was there, so he was paid to be there, which is great for him. He does great cosplays also, and he has a link to an Instagram also. Yeah, so we all had a lot of fun. I hung out with my friends for the first day. Second day, sort of just roamed around with a massive headache, trying not to die. And then when I got done with wearing my Batman costume, I realized that when I got into my car and took all the armor off, all my undersuit looked exactly like Matt Murdock. So I walked back to the con, and as you can see, I dressed up as Matt Murdock when he is Daredevil before he gets the red suit. And thankfully enough, I was able to have 2 suits without putting any effort into making the second one. Absolutely 0 effort, because it's the exact same thing as underneath my Batman, which is great. So, one of the updates I did for the Batman costume is I poured cornstarch onto it and dusted it off to make it look like it was super dusty, and it looked like it was worn. You probably could see that in some of the photos, and I think it made the shine look really not as shiny as it should be, which is good. So if you're using a high gloss and you're coating your armor and it looks brand new, you can powder coat it, dust it off, and yeah. So I think I have clips still. Insert clips here if I do. It just gives a overall dusty look, like it's been used a lot, but it's not dirty, you know? Like it's like used but not dirty. I've used this one before. Sort of subtle until you compare it to the other one. So here's this, and you compare it to that one. See? It's got some dust and dirt on it. It looks a little bit more used. Awesome. We're back. Alright, so Wizard World. It was great in St. Louis. I got to see Theodore Gallivan. I'm going to link him here. Obviously, that's not his real name. I forgot his real name. But it was funny because I was talking to him. I walked up and I was like, so I feel like you tried to kill me when I was a little kid. I was dressed as Batman. He's like, really sorry about that. So it was really cool that he had a good sense of humor. And he was really interested in how I 3D printed my helmet, since he wasn't too familiar with 3D printing. And funny enough, the guy sitting next to him, like, you know, they have like the convention people that make sure you don't try to steal an autograph or something like that, or a photo. And he's like, yeah, so is yours like one of those resin print ones? Because he was trying to say that mine was so smoothly made, the helmet. And I'm like, no, I was just using the plastic one, the FDM. He's like, oh, well, it's really smooth. I'm like, yeah. It took a lot of time sanding. It's like, I bet you did. Yeah. So if you really sand your props, you can convince people that they're made with better technology. Yeah. Yeah. So, Wizard World was great. Thanks again for liking this video, guys. If you liked it, please give it a like. If you want to see some of my other Batman stuff or some other builds, I build a lot of things with wood, with foam, with plastic. I might go into metal sometime soon. And you can see all those in those videos. We'll see you next time. I hope you had a great Wizard World if you went to it. If you go to any other conventions, tell me below about your convention experiences. And we'll see you next time.